5 K-drama idol pairings with unmatched on-screen chemistry. K-dramas have a way of drawing viewers in, but when two idols share the screen, the chemistry can be electric. Over several years, the blend of K-pop stars stepping into acting has given fans not just catchy music, but also some of the most memorable romance stories on television. What makes these idol pairings so captivating is how naturally their stage experience translates into on-screen chemistry. There's also a special thrill in seeing a favorite idol deliver a deeply emotional scene or nail comedic timing in a rom-com. These pairings often reveal surprising versatility, showing that idols can shine far beyond the stage. Here's a look at 5 idol pairings whose on-screen romances completely stole the show and won the hearts of fans. King the Land. At the heart of this romantic comedy is Gu-won, Lee Juno, the suave and intelligent heir to the King Group, a luxury hotel chain. His return to Korea comes with the duty of taking over as the general manager of the family's flagship property. But stepping into this role also drags him back into unresolved pain from his past, including the mystery of his mother's disappearance and his rivalry with his ambitious half-sister, Gu Hwa-ran, Kim Sun-young, who has her own eyes set on power. Despite his sophistication, Gu-won dislikes forced smiles and empty courtesies. This outlook immediately creates friction with Cheon Sa-rang, Lim Yuna, the hotel's warm-hearted smile queen. Sa-rang, who started from the bottom, takes genuine pride in her work, believing that every smile can make a difference. Her optimism, however, initially strikes Gu-won as fake. But as the two are pushed into working together, he slowly realizes her sincerity. What starts as icy misunderstandings gradually softens into respect, healing, and eventually, romance. What truly elevates King the Land is the pairing of 2PM's Lee Juno and Girls' Generation's Lim Yuna. As idols turned actors, both had already won over fans individually, but together they created a rare kind of magic. Having known each other since their peak idol days and even sharing stages at award shows, their natural ease translated beautifully on screen. Viewers adored their playful chemistry, subtle glances, and the way their romance unfolds with both charm and sincerity. With its mix of humor, heartfelt storytelling, and a romance that feels genuine, King the Land became one of the most beloved rom-coms in recent times. The First Night with the Duke. Based on the web novel of the same name, this romantic fantasy drama takes viewers on a whimsical yet high-stakes journey. The story follows Seo-hyun, a present-day college student who suddenly finds herself transported into her favorite historical romance novel. She awakens in the body of Cha Sun-chaek, a minor noblewoman barely mentioned in the book. Determined to avoid the spotlight, Sun-chaek's only plan is to stay out of the way, let the original love story unfold, and eventually return home. But her survival strategy unravels after a single reckless night with the novel's male lead, Prince Ebeon, Taeseon. Known for his icy composure and loyalty to duty, Ebeon interprets their encounter as destiny. He declares that Sun-chaek must be his wife, changing the novel's course entirely. In the original story, he was fated to fall in love with Jo Eun-ae, Kwon Hon-sol, a warm-hearted merchant's daughter. Now, Sun-chaek is stuck trying to push him back toward his intended heroine while navigating the political intrigues and rivalries of the royal court. The fresh pairing of Taeseon from 2PM and Seo-hyun from Girls' Generation brought synergy that was immediate and natural. Seo-hyun brings both wit and vulnerability to Sun-chaek, while Taeseon embodies the stoic yet tender prince with a striking presence. Their on-screen chemistry makes every exchange, whether filled with tension, humor, or tenderness, feel authentic and deeply engaging. Fans were drawn not only to the charm of the characters but also to how effortlessly these two idols-turned-actors played off each other. Summer Strike. Based on the popular webtoon, I Don't Feel Like Doing Anything by Ju Young-hyun, this drama tells the story of Lee Yeo-ryum, Seol-hyun, a woman in her late 20s who feels completely worn out by life. After losing her mother, enduring a painful breakup, and struggling under the pressures of a demanding corporate job in Seoul, she decides to walk away from it all. Selling her belongings, she escapes to the quiet seaside village of Angak, determined to do absolutely nothing. But life in a small town proves more challenging than she expected. The locals are wary of the newcomer, and the slow pace feels almost suffocating at first. Gradually, however, Yeo Riem begins to find peace in the simplicity around her, letting the rhythms of village life slowly soothe her weary soul. It is in Angak that she meets on Dae Biem Yim Si Won, a reserved librarian and former math prodigy whose life has also been shaped by loss. Their connection develops gently, marked by quiet understanding and shared vulnerabilities. Supporting characters, such as the kind-hearted high schooler Kim Bom, Shin Soo, and Dae Biem's cautious colleague Jo Ji Young, Park Yi Young, add depth and warmth to the story, making Angak feel like a living, breathing community. What makes Summer Strike particularly memorable, however, is the pairing of Yim Si Won from ZEA and Seolhyun from AOA. Both idols-turned-actors bring a natural authenticity to their roles. Seolhyun captures Yeo Riem's fragility and quiet resilience with nuance, portraying a character who is both deeply vulnerable and quietly strong. Yim Si Won, in turn, gives Dae Biem a subtle, grounded presence, reflecting the weight of past pain while also offering hope. Their on-screen chemistry is understated yet profoundly moving, creating a romance that feels earned and real. Together, they carry the show with a delicate emotional resonance, turning a story about slowing down and healing into a heartfelt exploration of love, second chances, and the courage to open one's heart again. May I Help You? This romance fantasy drama follows two people whose lives intersect in an unusual way. At the center is Baek Dong-ju, Hyori, a young funeral director with a unique gift. She can see and communicate with the dead. Every spirit that comes to her has one final wish, and failing to fulfill it brings a string of misfortunes into her life. Despite the heavy burden, Dong-ju approaches her task with compassion and determination, taking on the challenge of helping 21 spirits find peace. Her life changes when she meets Kim Tae-hee, Lee Jun-young, the owner of a quirky errand service called a Dime a Job, run alongside his eccentric uncle Vincent, Lee Kyu-han. Their first meetings are filled with comedic misunderstandings, but once Dong-ju reveals her secret, Tae-hee becomes her partner in carrying out the spirit's requests. Together, they handle stories of love, regret, forgiveness, and closure, all while confronting their own past pains, most notably Tae-hee's lingering guilt over his younger brother's tragic death. As their partnership deepens, it evolves into a tender romance built on understanding, trust, and shared healing. What makes the pairing of Hyori and Lee Jun-young so compelling goes beyond their on-screen chemistry. Both started as idols, Hyori with Girls' Day and Lee Jun-young with You Kiss. Fans could see the authenticity in their interactions, from subtle glances to comedic timing, making their romance feel effortless and genuine. It's a series that makes you laugh, cry, and reflect, often all at once. The Haunted Palace. The story follows two central characters whose lives become entwined through mystical forces within the royal palace. The female lead, Yeo Ri, WJSN's Kim Ji-yeon, comes from a long line of powerful shamans but rejects her destiny as a spirit medium. Instead, she pursues a quiet life as a skilled glass artisan. Her world is turned upside down when her first love, the noble government officer Yoon Gap, Tob's Yuk Sung Jae, becomes possessed by Gankiori, a mythical Imugi, a serpent-like spirit seeking to ascend to heaven as a dragon. Trapped in Yoon Gap's body, Gankiori is both formidable and unpredictable, drawing Yeo Ri into a reluctant alliance to save the man she loves and confront other malevolent spirits haunting the palace. Adding to the intrigue is King Lee Jong, Kim Ji-hun, a forward-thinking monarch struggling to maintain order amid the supernatural chaos. Together, the trio navigates palace politics, vengeful ghosts, and mystical challenges, all while a complex love triangle unfolds. Part of what makes this drama so compelling is the chemistry between Kim Ji-yeon and Yuk Sung Jae. Both idols-turned-actors, who have known each other for over 15 years, bring a natural charm and playful energy that translates seamlessly into their on-screen romance.